jury, seated for the first trial in the Pike County Massacre, finally takes a break. They spent hours looking at important places pertaining to the case. Our Evan Millward has covered the murders from day one, and he continues our coverage from Waverly tonight.
The 9 women, 3 men, and 6 jury alternates have a 4-day weekend now to be back here Tuesday for opening statements. They have spent more than a dozen hours on a school bus this week looking at locations important to this case. Late Thursday, it was the trailers where investigators say George Wagner IV helped kill 8 members of the Rhoden and Gilley families in 2016. They also saw the house where his mom Angela was arrested and where the family lived most recently. They got a tour of his grandma's sprawling Flying W ranch, which investigators searched a couple years ago. On Wednesday, they saw the home where investigators found evidence they say links the Wagners to the murders, and they saw 3 locations on Union Hill Road where the Rhodens and Gilley trailers once stood, and where their family members found them shot execution style that April. Wagner's attorneys maintain he didn't kill anyone, and they can prove it. His brother Jake, whose custody battle is believed to have been the flashpoint for all of this, and his mom, will have to testify against him as part of their plea deal. Plenty to watch here over the next 6 to 8 weeks.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee Michelle. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that share button. Also drop some comments in the comment box if you want to. It's free. Well, today guys, I got a story coming for you out of Pike County, Ohio. Now this story happened back in 2016. I'm just not hearing about it. I don't know why, but I'm actually just not hearing about it. So I'm trying to bring this to you guys because a big court hearing is going on sometime this week, the next few weeks. They say 6 to 8 weeks for one of the murderers. Now this is about a family killing a whole family, like a whole family out. Like, I've never heard about this story. And it's really freaking sad. Like, evil people. And at the end of the day, they still lost. They still lost. But let's just dive right into the story. So, on April the 2016, April the 22nd of 2016, not 1 and not 2, but 8 family members of the Rhoden family were found dead across 3 properties on the same street. 3 small children, including a newborn baby, were found alive at the crime scenes. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine was the state attorney general at the time, brought the Bureau of Criminal Investigation to work with local authorities. It was the largest investigation in the state's history. By springtime of 2016, authorities received more than 800 tips and did over 400 interviews, but it took up to 2 years before the killers were brought to justice. So what had happened was Jake Wilder and Hannah Rhoden had a baby together. Jake Wilder wanted sole custody of the 5-year-old child at the time. The family had been friends for years, but Jake and Hannah broke up. That was started the beef between the 2 families. The Wilder family had been plotting and planning and sneaking and doing spying on them and all types of stuff so they can plot out the murder of the family, to wipe the family out. The Wagner family knew a lot about the Rhoden family. They knew their routine. They knew who they was calling. They even pretended to be other people on Facebook just to know their every move. What about your friends? The Wagner family tried to force Hannah Rhoden to sign custody agreement papers for the baby. It was said that on the Facebook post that one of the Rhoden family, which I believe to be Hannah, said, I'll never sign the papers, ever. They'll have to kill me first. And that's what the Wagner family did. They even got Angela's mother, Angela Wagner, one of the murders. They also got George Billy Sr. Wagner's mother to help lie for them, cover stuff up, even sign forged documents. At the time, the two grandmothers was facing perjury and obstruction of justice, obstruction charges. So Frederica Wagner, which is Billy Wagner's mother, her charges was dropped. And Rita Jo Newcomb, who is Angela's mother, she was facing misdemeanor charges of obstruction of a business in 2019. She also was charged with forgery of the custody documents related to the case. As part of the deal of the perjury and the forgery charges, they were dropped too. Now how were those two grandmothers charged? They sit there and lied, cover and steal. They just had the hand in it too, even if it was after the fact, because they knew that people had them killed. All those people. They should have did a little bit of time. They should have sat in there for at least 6 months. You know? Because, I mean, how, now, if it was somebody else, if it was Pookie Ray mom and them, I bet you their mom and them would have been in jail. I bet you $1 million their mama would have been in jail. Anywho. But those charges was dropped. So 6 days after the murder, Jake, he went to try to get custody of the little girl. So that's probably how the papers got involved, where they went and tried to show the good courts that, you know, Hannah signed the paper saying that if anything happened to her, that Jake have sole custody of the child. But Hannah did not sign those papers. They had gotten hand analysis and everything else, you know, and then they realized, you know, the grandmama, Rita Jo Newcomb, she signed the documents. That's how they caught that up. Shortly after the murders, also, the Wagner family, they decided that they were gonna jump ship. They decided they were gonna run their ass to Alaska, but you know it didn't work out over there. So because they brought their ass right back to Pitt County, and in November of 2018, that's when they was arrested. They was arrested and they was charged with a lot of counts of murder. The counts that they faced were, they was charged with conspiracy to commit aggravated murder, 4 counts of aggravated burglary, 3 counts with tampering with evidence, 1 count each of fraud, unauthorized use of property, interception of wire, oral or extractions, communication obstructive justice, and engaging in a pattern of criminal activity. Jake was 28 at the time, is expected to testify against his mother, against his brother, and his mother, and I believe his daddy too, you know. Also, the way they killed these people was just like heartless, just cold-blooded, you know. Just about all 8 of them, I believe, except 1 was killed executed style. Executed style. They all shot in the head. I think the dad was shot like multiple times. The names was Christopher Rhoden. He was 40 at the time. His ex-wife, Dana Rhoden, she was 37. They're 3 kids, bro. They 3 kids. Hannah Rhoden, she was 19. Christopher Rhoden Jr., he was 16. Frankie Rhoden, he was 20. And Frankie's fiance, who probably ain't had nothing to do with it, her name was Hannah also, Gilly, was 20. And they were so young. Also, Christopher's brother, Kenneth Rhoden, 44, and a cousin, Gary Rhoden, 38, all was killed, executed style, all over a custody battle. And at the end, they still ain't get the kids, get the little the baby. Angela Rhoden, she pleaded guilty, and I believe Jake, he pleaded guilty also. He took a plea deal where all the other charges were dropped, but he was still got the charges of murder, aggravated murder, 8 counts. So he gonna be in jail for the rest of his life. For he gonna be serving 8 life sentences. But I was sitting back and I was thinking about this thing. I was thinking like 8 life sentences. You only got 1 life to live. So he ain't gonna live no 8 lives. He only got 1 life to live, so they should have just gave him life. He still was gonna die either way. So that's crazy. That's really crazy. And Angela Wilder, she pleaded guilty also to conspiracy of aggravated murder, tampering with evidence, and forgery, unauthorized use of a property, and unlawful possession of dangerous ordnance. The prosecutor dropped 8 of the charges of aggravated murder and recommend her 30 years. They dropped the charges of aggravated murder. Shut up. And recommend her 30 years with no early release. She's gonna be in that rest for her life. And in the crazy thing about it, not all of them testifying against all of them, each other. And reason why this is such a big story is because the brother, George, the third, is he the third? I think he's the third. He's going up on trial. I guess the trial started August 31st. And he's going up on trial. I guess he's gonna have a jury trial. See, the rest of them, they just pleaded out. They didn't take it to court. Which is, I think that was pretty smart, and not having to pay all that money to go, when they got all this evidence. But this one here trying to go to be dead. Then he trying to get the chair. So they gonna take it to he taking it to the jury trial, and we gonna see what happens. He charged with a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't know. And then his mother and his brother going to testify against him. So I don't know. And they haven't said a lot about what happened to the daddy. I'm still trying to find some information on that. But yeah, this is a sad case. They took out a whole family over custody of a child that they still ain't gonna ever get to see in their life. You know what I'm saying? People are really losing their minds. Even though this happened in 2016, it just leading up to how people are so desperate and just crazy to do sickening things. And the mom should be ashamed because she pushed her boys up to do this. The mom and the dad, you know what I'm saying? They push their kids up to do this evil crime. You know what I'm saying? At the end, everybody lost. This family was wiped out, a whole family, and it's really sad and sickening, And I just really feel for the families, rest in peace, everybody that passed away. And my prayers go out to all the families that's involved because it's on both sides. It's crazy, Well, tell me what y'all think about the story. It's a heartbreaking story. Also, keep up with the trial because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be on court TV, and see if this dude don't get the death penalty because he need to get the death penalty because why take this to trial? Your mama and your brother are already gonna be testifying against you, so you already throwing yourself away. I guess what he's trying to prove is he didn't shoot nobody. He didn't do none of the shooting. But if it was a Negro or a Niglet, it would have been one hand in the hands of all. So it don't even matter. That's why I feel like the grandma should have did some time too. They should have did a little time. Even though they didn't actually pull the trigger, they still got up there in front of a grand jury and lied to cover up for murderers. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it, I read too is what her name, Rita Joe Johnson talking about she got tired of lying because it wasn't a Christian thing to do. Them damn Christians, not all of them, but I'm just saying it wasn't a Christian thing to do. Y'all take that for what it's worth, you know. But that's the story I brought to y'all this week. That's what led to me to talk about this, because I felt like that was just like, oh my God, 8. Not only did they take out while they was trying to take out that other family, they took out their own family. You know, like 2 shots fired. So, and that's just the craziest thing. But you know, God working mysterious ways. They end up turning on each other, snitching on each other. You know, crazy. And they still ain't end up with the baby, the little girl. She's a little girl now. She's probably a big girl now. And I'm so saddened that she don't have neither one of her parents in her life, because all over somebody making some dumb ass decision because they wanted what they wanted. He was so obsessed about getting this child and not letting her have this child that he ended up killing the whole family. They end up killing the whole family. And the mom, one of the ringleaders. I'm gonna put her as one of the ringleaders because you know why? Her and the daddy, they was old enough to know better, and the kids did too. So, you know, that's just my opinion. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good day.